One of the most common questions I get is, okay, I'm committed, but how long will this actually take? When will I really start seeing results? Everyone wants to know the answer to one question. When will I finally see my abs? Whether you're just starting out on your fitness journey or you're already pretty lean, this video is going to break it down scientifically. What body fat percentage you need, the difference between men and women, and whether doing 100 crunches a day actually helps. My name is Bains. I've got 10 years of experience under my belt, and I see my abs every now and then, so I think I'm pretty qualified in this field. Plus, I've got the science to back me, so let's dive right into it. First, we gotta talk numbers. To see your abs clearly, your body fat needs to be low enough that your subcutaneous fat layer doesn't blur muscle definition. Men typically need to be around 10 to 12% to see visible abs. For deeper separation and more shredded definition, you'll want to be around 6 to 9%. Women usually need to be around 18 to 22% to start seeing core definition, with 16 to 18% revealing more detail. The bottom line is your abs start becoming visible right above the essential fat levels, once enough fat has been reduced, primarily through diet and overall fat loss. So after that, you might be wondering, what's up with the gender gap? And it's mostly hormonal. Estrogen promotes fat storage in the glutes, thighs, and stomach. Testosterone, on the other hand, supports lean muscle retention and lower overall fat mass. This means women naturally carry more fat, especially around the hips and core, even when they're healthy and super athletic. When it comes to this, it's not about fairness, it's just about biology. We all have to play the hands we're dealt, and some just have to play them harder. And one thing that's crucial to remember when talking about this is a lower body fat percentage doesn't always mean healthier. Now let's talk about ab training. Do you need to train your abs to see them? And if you've been doing 1,000 crunches a day, I've got some bad news for you. You don't need to. The short answer is no. You reveal your abs by losing the fat that's hiding them, not just by training them. And here's the important nuance behind that. Despite what popular fitness influencers may say, training your abs will not help spot reduce fat. It's impossible to spot reduce fat. But one thing training your abs does help is build thicker and more defined muscle, which will enhance visibility when you are lean enough. Compound lifts like squats, deadlifts, overhead presses, they will be training your core, but nothing beats isolated core training. Adding specific ab work like weighted planks, cable crunches, or a crunch machine will help you if your goal is to build a blockier, more aesthetic midsection. So no, ab training alone won't uncover your six-pack, but it will help it pop once you're lean. And one thing to keep in mind, ab training is the same as training any other muscle. You need progressive overload, and it should be weighted. No more daily 100 crunches or leg raises, which have become so popular lately, but aren't that effective. Do something that you can continuously add weight, you can continuously improve. That way you will build more muscle on your abs, not just strengthen your core. Okay, because there's a difference. The real secret to seeing your abs is just fat loss. Not supplements, not sweat belts, and not doing ab circuits every morning. It comes down to a consistent caloric deficit. Aim for 1 pound of fat loss per week, combining resistance training, high protein intake, walking 8 to 10K steps daily, and tracking your food intake. I mean, all studies show that diet is 80 to 90% of fat loss. You could have the best shaped, strong, hard abs, but they're covered by a bit of insulation that can only be removed by diet and training. One of the most common questions I get is, okay, I'm committed, but how long will this actually take? When will I really start seeing results? And the truth is that depends on 3 things: your starting body fat percentage, your rate of fat loss, and most importantly, your consistency. So here's a rough guideline. If you're a man starting at around 20 to 25% body fat, you're likely looking at 3 to 6 months to hit 12% or below. And that's assuming you're losing the recommended 1 pound of body fat per week. For women starting at around 28 to 32% body fat, it may take 4 to 7 months to reach the 18 to 20% range, where that core definition really starts to show. This timeline assumes that you are in a healthy yet aggressive enough caloric deficit, training 3 to 5 times a week, getting all your steps in, and eating high protein meals, right? Hitting your protein goal. But here's the key thing to keep in mind. Fat loss isn't linear. You'll hit plateaus, have weeks where the scale doesn't move at all, and plenty of days where motivation dips. Because look, the leaner you get, the slower progress will feel. And that's perfectly normal. But if you're consistent and you zoom out over the next few months instead of a couple of days, the results will speak for themselves. So if you're starting at that 25% or higher of body fat percentage, be realistic. It might take 3 to 6 months or longer. And that's assuming you're applying consistent daily effort. One thing you never want to do is try to rush it. Fast weight loss often leads to muscle loss, which is kind of the opposite of what you're trying to do, right? You're wanting to see your abs. You're wanting to see the muscle on there. You don't want to have less of it. Or even worse, it'll lead to a rebound of weight gain, and then you just destroy all your progress. If you're a woman trying to get below 18% body fat, be very, very cautious. This can drastically affect your hormone levels and your cycle health. One thing it's always good to remember is you don't need abs to be fit. They're really just one piece of the puzzle, not the whole picture. You can achieve a fantastic, super aesthetic look without your abs being super defined. If you find yourself having tunnel vision on one aspect of the aesthetic look, then you should probably check yourself, because health and fitness is about more than aesthetics. And that's just one part of it. So, when will you see your abs? When your body fat is low enough, when your diet is freaking dialed in, and you're consistent over time. There's really no shortcut here. But luckily there is a clear path. Stay consistent, stay smart, and the results will come. If you guys did learn a thing or two and you found this video helpful, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really makes a difference. Please hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and feel free to drop a comment with your current body fat percentage, and I'll help you figure out your next best move. Check out all the other videos that pop up wherever they pop up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.